So, welcome to the Galaxy Brain podcast. I stole
Hello!
I stole Moki's introduction because I'm this
I've
good.
got I've got
You
a lot
filthy
to
thief,
crop
you.
out now. Today we have another new guest star. So introduce yourself.
I guess
Hello.
Star get it.
How is everyone doing? My name is WarpStar. You can find me on my YouTube channel.
Wow, right off the bat, you're advertising yourself. We have a segment for that at the end of the episode. You can wait a little bit.
Oh, really? All right. Do I really
No,
have to wait
don't
for the end
wait.
of the
You can
podcast
just
to plug
talk
my
about
shit?
it whenever. I think
Yeah.
we have like the least amount of scripting
Yeah.
going on for this
Well,
episode.
see, I wanted to chill out, plug my shit, and then just mute myself for the rest of the podcast and just get my free plug. But, I guess I can wait till then. Yeah, that's fine.
You can just
Awesome.
talk about what kind of shit you produce. That's kind of working.
Well, I've made a whopping one video. It's incredible. Honestly, big achievement.
Yeah, you almost got 1,000 views, I guess.
Almost. Last night when I checked it, it was at like a quarter of the way there. Just 25 more, and it'll be at 1,000.
Wow, I guess
we
I gotta
talked
give
about
my
it a bit.
props.
We talked about it a bit last time.
Yeah.
And if you don't remember, like if you have Alzheimer's or something, that was Cassandra Cain in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Z.
Basically, what I did was I was like, Cassandra Cain would be a pretty cool Dragon Ball character if she was in that. So I just took it and tried to write it like how Toriyama would have, and then I just animated it and then slapped that shit on the internet, and it's getting traction. It's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Even when I don't really do Dragon Ball much, I only watched the Broly movie. I kind of must agree that it was pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, I forced you to watch the entire Broly movie, and you had barely any idea what was going on.
You didn't force me. I mean, maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe I was
had you
hypnotized.
I had you at what's the word? I had you at gunpoint, but not literally.
Yeah, like you can fucking do it at a gunpoint over like 10,000 miles away.
I was just pointing the gun at my camera, and the bullet would go through and hit you.
No, you call for artillery support. You get an ICBM somewhere in the back of your storage or something. I don't know.
I'm a bit sleepy. Someone has made a bad habit of staying up till 4 a.m. playing Overwatch.
That's you.
Could it be me?
No, I don't think so. You're a nice boy with nice goals, making nice
I'm
videos.
I'm a good boy, Daddy. Please.
I'm not a daddy. I'm sorry. I'm not the guy who's like. I'm more of a sub. You understand?
Or this fucking son of a bitch.
I'm not. If you're talking about daddies, I'd rather you refer to Moki here because he's the guy.
Moki's granddaddy.
He
And
is
Daddy, okay.
He is the prey daddy.
Pray daddy. Holy fuck.
Jesus, I didn't realize how genius that pun was. Fucking. Oh, either way, I kind of wanted to talk about ToeJam and Earl back in the groove because I kind of played this game a lot.
You just God damn it, we gotta keep chilling the game. Oh yeah, I guess it's not $3.74 on Steam anymore. So if you missed that, you kind of fucked up. I'm sorry to say.
You wanted to talk about what now? What game? What's going on?
Oh yeah,
ToeJam and Earl.
Back in the groove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do remember that there was like this. I did try searching up this game on the internet, and I got a rather unfavorable review of the game saying it's the same old shit as previously, and I don't really understand because I haven't played this game series at all. Can you explain something, Loki?
Is it any good? Like the new ToeJam and Earl game?
I mean, it's very good. I kind of enjoyed it. It's kind of like a roguelike, but you do stupid shit.
Roguelike?
Yeah.
It's I guess the only way it's the one could say it's the same old shit is if you only played like the first one, because the second game, Panic on Cybertron. I've been doing too much Transformers. But Panic on Funkotron.
Souls of ToeJam and Earl games?
Yeah. Souls like ToeJam and Earl. That's an idea.
I'm on that. To exist now.
Remember, Toe Jam is
But
called Toe Jam because he has
but
3
yeah,
toes.
All 30 of our viewers,
Panic.
if you have the means, please create
Yeah.
this video game. Please make this
See,
exist.
Panic on Funkotron. Then there was Toe Jam and Earl 3 Mission to Earth, which I don't think I said it last podcast, but Toe Jam and Earl have officially given everyone the right to pirate Toe Jam and Earl 3.
You did say
So
that.
go ahead and do that.
Interesting.
Just a friendly reminder.
That's because they don't make money off of Mission to Earth anymore because it was a failure. It was a flop, so they don't care.
I mean, that's understandable. About like letting people pirate their games or something. I remember that like the devs of Postal 3, I guess. Yeah, you know who they are. They were so disappointed with their like I think third game or something that they legit removed it from their shop. They even made like an expansion pack for Postal 2, or a DLC, I don't know, where they had a guy with like Postal 3 on his shirt or something hanging, like, like suicide. They really hated this game.
Yeah. So the people behind Toe Jam and Earl, they have a new card game that's out. I think I'll link that in the description to show that as well. It's Out of Our Shells,
So, oh my
Yeah.
God.
which is about it's just a party game to have people you don't know get to know each other. That's basically all it is.
Wow.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely useful for our introverts out here.
It's
Back
called Out of
on-
Our Shells because it's got a snail and it's got a turtle and they're in their underwear and it's very hot.
Back on a Toe Jam and Earl, I've never actually played or like seen anything about it. Is it like a platformer or what?
Well, it's funny you mentioned platforming because every level, like in Back in the Groove, is like one giant platform. The entire Earth is segmented into individual pieces with like water and deserts and stuff. But I'd say it's not really like a platformer. It's you know how Diablo looks like, right? The game. Diablo 2
Yes,
specifically.
third-person
Yeah,
overhead
kind of.
view.
Kind of top down, yeah. It's kind of Toe Jam and Earl is kind of like Diablo in a way. Not because you kill people. Well, actually, you do kill people, but let's not
Murder
talk
is
about
great.
that yet. Yeah, you can murder.
Yeah. Panic on Funkotron actually is a platformer, so there's that, but that's like the only one. Every other one, Toe Jam and Earl 1 and Back in the Groove are both these weird roguelike party games, sort of.
Mhm.
I don't remember what Mission to Earth was like. I think it was actually 3D.
Yeah, it was 3D.
I don't remember what else. It was weird. It was a third-person 3D game. I don't know if it was similar to the first one or if it was like a 3D platformer collectathon or whatever.
Yeah, it also
Nice.
it also didn't give the wise man in carrot suit a nice mustache, so I'm disappointed immensely. Like Back in the Groove gives him a mustache. I know that the first game also does that, but I don't know how you can avoid that part of his personality at all. It's fucking wise man in
I'm,
carrot suit.
I'm kind of glad that Toe Jam and Earl has like traction. Like it's kind of back in the minds of some people who use Twitter at least.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, something like Bubsy that tried to like just make it through on pure irony alone just kind of failed and faded into the background.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to the new Bubsy game. Well, I don't know. They made another one, so it's not new anymore. But yeah, I was. I really wanted it to be good because that would have been amazing. That would have been one hell of a comeback. But honestly,
I know.
it's not good. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, I saw Oni and friends play it at one point, and it was like,
I didn't really
There were-
see anyone play it at all, so you could explain something to me maybe.
There's some reviews of it. It's basically just the same as the first and second game, I guess, except worse. Honestly, it's just shovelware, and
He
it's
doesn't really
expensive shovelware.
he doesn't really make fucking cat puns, or at least not too much, not enough. He needs to make more cat puns. Then it would have been a 10 out of 10, but not enough cat puns.
Well, I mean, I guess it is a 10 out of 10 then, because there are specific modes you can put the game on, such as Bubsy mode, where he comments on absolutely everything with the same voice lines over and over again.
That's a
All right.
feature, right?
That's that's 10 out of 10. Sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree.
Kind of sucks, because like when you have voice lines in games, they auto repeat after some time. But like then there are some games like I don't know Team Fortress 2 where have voice lines that just become legendary on their own because you can spam them so much, and it's like amazing.
Sorry, Toe Jam and Earl, you don't have cat puns. 0 out of 10 from me.
But it has like funk music, which is actually very good in this game. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's kind of a surprise. Is that Avion first told me that he's not into funk when I showed him Toe Jam and Earl, and he doesn't really like that kind of music, but he liked the style here, but now he's just all about it.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to it at one point. I wouldn't know, but
yeah, originally I was suggested to add music to this podcast, and since these are usually like an hour long, and the Toe Jam and Earl soundtrack is like an hour long, I thought I'd just overlay that and call it a day, but I forgot to add music. So
psychedelic space rock, man. Psychedelic space rock for the Galaxy Brain podcast.
Yeah, you could actually send me some tracks.
Actually, huh?
I will listen probably.
5 hours.
Yeah, there was also a royalty-free music channel that wanted to buddy up with us, and maybe I should have given them a listen, I guess.
Wasn't that a bot? I thought it was.
It was a bot, absolutely.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they advertise themselves. They just use bots. Are like, hey, good job. Let's be friends. Subscribe to me.
Subscribe. Give me subs.
This is why robots will be our overlords in like 10 years from now, or 20 maybe.
We're gonna get some robot influencers.
Yeah, some robot escorts.
Robot OnlyFans.
That's honestly not a bad idea. If there was like a bot that randomly generated nudes, this would be nice. Like the nudes were actually salvageable.
I mean, hey, I think that's actually already kind of happening. What's going on? There's Chatterbait sort of has that going on.
Really? It has bots that do that?
Yeah. Well, not bots. They're just people who use anime girl models, sort of like that one YouTuber you couldn't stop watching. Who was it?
Kizuna Ai.
Yeah, Kizuna.
Oh, I didn't mean exactly that.
Yeah. Basically, they just do that sort of shit. They just use an overlay.
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
Especially people are wild for it.
I probably just like butchered the shit out of her name, but like that's fine.
I don't know how to say it either. It's just a gamer girl that has an existential crisis over video games. It's okay. There's nothing much to this name. It's just
I watched her play PT, and that was funny.
I usually watched I think I actually didn't watch that many of her videos, to be fair, but I did watch some of them that were pretty popular. Like I think every single video of hers is popular, but I did watch her play some loot games and shit, not necessarily just porn, but more like guessing games, I don't know, weird gimmicky puzzle games or something.
Guy game.
Why would you play those when you could play Ioka Yells at You?
Yeah, that's a good game.
On Steam now.
It kind of exists
put that
too.
in the description.
Yeah. The link will not be dead.
You guys have brought up the comic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we have.
Yeah, I think in the first episode you did. I used the podcast for its intended purpose. I put it on in the background, but I think I heard that.
Yeah, we had it in both podcasts, I believe, so far. I forgot to make a playlist, but I'll do that.
We're gonna have it in every podcast now. Everyone's gonna talk about it. Everyone who knows us just comes in. Hey, Yoka and Shinta. Oh. Wow.
Yoka and Shinta is going to save the comics industry. Just watch.
I kind of hope so, to be honest. I don't hope for anything.
Is this going to segue into the fact that the comic industry is failing?
I mean, I want to use every opportunity in order to strengthen my position, but I'm not sure that would work. That's yeah. Now my dog is basically going completely batshit over the bells during the mass.
But it's kind of hard to kill the comic industry when comics are a medium. I think all you need to do is raise people's interest, have better distribution, stuff like that. But I guess this is a good topic though, because hey, Bjorn, you can turn off your mic if you want.
I will.
Yeah,
I will. You know, I don't want you to hear the dog barking. Just talk. Just talk. I'll just be right back in a moment.
I miss my dog. Now that I bring it up, I miss my dog.
Yeah, dogs are cute.
I'm on a military base. There's no dogs. I'm not allowed to have one. The closest thing is my plant, Pam.
I guess I kind of have to keep this in for context if we're gonna talk about dogs too, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
But no, the
dog has made a guest appearance. Okay. The comic industry.
We put featuring Avion's dog in like the title of the video.
Yes.
All right, cool.
But yeah, the death of the comic industry.
Yes.
Well, yeah, comics as a medium obviously can't die. But I think it's kind of weird that when comics started to become better, that's when they actually began to die in a way, because like the Bronze Age, which was like the 80s and 90s, was when comics were starting to get good or starting to have serious stories.
Weren't 90s like the dark ages of comics, I thought?
No. It's just that there were a lot of copycats, and they were mostly from like Marvel, DC, and to a lesser extent Image. The rise of Image Comics is often blamed for killing the industry, but I mean it's sort of Marvel and DC's shared fault as well, because Image would have never formed in the first place if Marvel Comics was not fair with their like page rates and stuff like that. If they actually respected artists' rights. So that's why Image formed. A bunch of fed up artists and writers just decided, fuck it, let's just get out of here and let's go off on our own. We'll make a new comic company and we'll have cigars and hookers.
And honestly, it worked. It worked.
Yeah, it did work because Image is doing amazing, and a lot of indie creators, they get to make big things now. I believe Todd McFarlane explained it, that basically the top like 200 comics at any given time are basically like the top 100, the top 80 or whatever. They're basically just Marvel and DC comics. So Warner Brothers and Disney will never give up the rights to those. No. And Hollywood and other mediums are always looking for new things to adapt, new creative talent, stuff like that. So they'll look to the top 200 comics and see what's trendy, see what's good. So if you can get within like the top 200 comics, you are doing pretty good, all things considered.
Oh yeah, so like the top 100 is like reserved for the legends, I guess, that just can't die.
The long established stuff like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. It's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I mean, I'm glad that at least it's not completely hopeless. Like, it's kind of the opposite, actually, which is, I never really thought about it the other way, but, you know, it's always nice to hear that there's a room for, like individual talent, because that's kind of what drives a lot of industries, is, like, you have something new, something that comes from...
I like to consider myself kind of a comic
even
guy. And I like to consider...
you can go ahead, actually. Sorry.
I like to consider myself a bit of a comics guy, but I wasn't like that at one point. And I think the problem was, you brought this up earlier, lack of distribution, but I think another big thing is, like, I was in a Barnes & Noble one time when I was, like, 13, and I picked up the, like, entire Final Crisis storyline from, like, DC. So, like, everything. All the comics in just one big graphic novel. I'm like, bet. and I started reading it, and I had absolutely no clue who anyone was or what was going on,
Oh, I know, right?
and nothing made sense, and it was just like, the storylines are so interwoven over a bunch of different issues that it's just, I think people find it more trouble than it's worth to even start reading to begin with.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. For
I'm one of
example,
those bad people.
I was reading The Ultimates 2, which I should clarify, and this kind of helps your point too. This is The Ultimates 2 from 2016, not the one from the 2000s, which are two totally unrelated series, which
What the
makes it even
fuck?
more confusing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, so The Ultimates 2 and The Ultimates 1, they're both good stories. They've got a bit of modern Marvel stuff that I'm sure some comic skaters are going to get upset at, but besides that,
SJWs, bro.
yeah, but besides that, which I mean, I will admit it's kind of cringy at times with how it handles it, but besides that, it's like big scale cosmic adventure and it's really cool. But besides that, there's some like stuff that I realized about Marvel's Civil War 2, which people kind of hate, like universally. I don't think there's anyone who's a fan of that story.
Including me.
Yeah. But I realized that some things people saw as plot holes within Civil War 2 were actually explained in the Ultimates 1 and the Ultimates 2, or at least foreshadowed.
Oh, shit.
Like, you wouldn't know that if you didn't read this very experimental, weird series by a bunch of different artists and a bunch of different creative minds that was kind of pushed on the wayside, but they just let them run with it.
You know, I honestly would have said something, but the fact that it's so loud, like, outside this room, I just can't even focus anymore. Holy shit. I just hear fucking choruses and everything.
Darn. My friend, Smugstick, he, the YouTuber, he makes Dragon Ball What Ifs. I helped him out in one of his videos one time. He needed voice talents. I think I mentioned this a few days ago.
Oh, yeah. He was like the guy who helped you, kind of, right?
He did, yeah. Really grateful to him. He needed voice actors for his, like, upcoming video that actually dropped, like, 2 minutes ago.
It's a little too late now.
I sent my voice in a few days ago. I just checked to see if I was in it, but I wasn't. So darn. But that's fine. Totally off topic, but it's just something that I looked down on my phone and saw. Anyway.
I don't really think it's
something
off
I
topic.
can, it's something I can put in the description too.
Yeah.
Go give Smugstick your love, please. He deserves it. He's going through a tough time right now.
Please give me sanity. I'm dying at the sounds of holy fucking voices. Dear God, why am I a devil?
This podcast brought to you by Smugstick Lewis. Follow Smugstick on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and any other social media he might possess.
And a depressed demon that wishes to not hear any voices.
Remember to hit that bell icon.
Oh yeah, do that too. Apparently this podcast is also brought to you by Avion's dog and like some kind of cult going on in the background, I guess.
Please don't hit the bell. I've heard enough.
God.
Okay.
Speaking of comics, who would you say is a character from anywhere that you find to be kind of underrated?
Okay.
And needs like okay, yes.
I guess
Needs more
Invincible. Though I don't know if it's
I can talk about quite a few. I think probably the most obscure I'll get is Ken Kurosawa from Shadows of Spawn.
What is that? Right. It's the Japanese Spawn, right?
Yeah. Back in like the early 2000s, this was 90s actually. In the early eras when Image Comics was trying to get big, they really expanded outward. They tried to expand eastward, and that included, like I said, Witchblade, and that also included Spawn. So that's where Shadows of Spawn comes in. And it is a cute little manga. I think it's probably got the cheesiest, funniest Spawn characterization, I think. Oh, and it uses the characters pretty well. I like that. And I wish it got more than 3 chapters published because it got canceled for not doing well, and that blows.
Why did it not even do well? I mean, I guess it's a Western comic in an Eastern place, but
I mean, on one hand, that's understandable why it would flop if you look at it from that viewpoint. But I also know that sometimes Easterners like enjoy like American stuff. So I'm a little. You could argue vice versa that it could have done well because it's like, oh, it's new, you know.
yeah, it's
there's a lot of Eastern and Western artists look at each other for inspiration. You'll see that a lot with within like cartoons and anime, and then manga and comics and stuff like that.
For example, my comic refers to like with Jenny Magical. You know what it refers to.
There's like an Adventure Time Subway in Japan, isn't there?
What about Subway?
There's like an Adventure Time like themed Subway somewhere in Japan.
Oh,
or there was.
I've never heard of that. That sounds about right, though.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
I know that KFC has some special treatment in like Japan, but you know that's all I hear.
Oh, and China too. China
is that
loves
where
KFC.
Is that where the Colonel Sanders dressed as Goku comes from?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether that's like completely true or not, but a Japanese friend of mine, citation needed, is like he kind of told me a few years ago. Okay, this is already starting to sound pretty unreliable, but I do know that he told me that like buying KFC for Christmas is like pretty common around there. But then again, it was
that's consistent with what I know too, because a dude from China, he said that Colonel Sanders in China is like a Santa Claus like figure. So he, he's actually kind of a cultural icon.
I was wrong about being Japan, by the way. It was Taiwan.
That's still Asia.
I know, but different.
Oh, okay. It's not. It's an actual
like
Subway, not
wait,
not the kind that Spyro goes to.
No, not the sandwich place. No.
The Jake one makes so much sense though. Like holy shit. Like,
oh yeah, contextually, I didn't even think about it until when you brought it up.
Yeah, like the other ones, not as much, but with Jake, it's like it makes too much sense actually.
He is the train because he can stretch.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I didn't even watch Adventure Time that much, but I know that fact, and it's just completely fucking amazingly used here.
I should go back and binge Adventure Time. I stopped watching because when I got a little bit older, I stopped watching TV, I guess.
Also stop watching TV. Watch it on the internet or something. Huh.
Exactly. I've been watching some Adventure Time clips online, and they're actually pretty funny.
Yeah, and also Stranger Times. So what was this Netflix show called?
Thing?
What? Stranger
Things. You mean when I forced you to watch Stranger Things with me?
You didn't force me. That was awesome. I genuinely enjoyed it. And I actually should get to watch the second season with you someday.
We should sit down and watch the second season, but the first season is the best, so that's why I've been slow to the uptake on watching season 2.
Yeah, I really loved it actually. 11 is like my kind of favorite character, and you can probably tell why.
Yeah, I brought this up when we were watching. 11 is kind of like Yoka in a sense.
It's a very big stretch, but I would say that I can see some.
Yeah, but like, you got the cute kid with the superpowers, etc. That's where the similarities end, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, except for 11 is not haunted by voices of a really fucking angry ghost that tells her to do something for her. And is also instead haunted by like visions and FBI agents, so
she doesn't travel the globe with a tiny little demon child named Mimi.
Yeah, that's true.
Who makes weird noises and shit.
I guess sometimes in like comedic situations.
You died a little bit. Can you like repeat that?
I guess in some situations they have like a similar character function of sorts,
Yes.
for comedy and stuff.
Yeah, I would like call 11 more of an anime. In fact, I mean, if you don't know what we're talking about, this is a good time to pause this video and like read my fucking comic.
Go read his comic. It's really funny, actually.
Thank you.
No, kills you.
God damn it! I don't know how this became a meme. Oh, actually, no. Fuck. I don't know how this became a meme, but I guess it kind of showcases that, like, literally any scene you don't even expect to be this impactful will have a lot of impact on anything. I guess that's how memes are born.
When I
Yeah,
read
I guess,
when I read that scene, I fucking. You guys know that video where it's like Scout fights a wild yet curious being, and it's like the
Yes.
source filmmaker animation of that one thing that one YouTuber uploaded.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like pounces on you and shit like that. That's
Yes.
how I read. That's how I read Ioka's voice, honestly.
Jesus Christ. You need to voice her someday, maybe. I don't know, maybe I should get some sort of voice actor for her. I mean, it's
it can be like Pop Team Epic, where there's just like really burly men voicing the little girls and stuff.
Yes.
This is my Ioka voice.
Dear God.
No, kills you.
This is my Nimi voice. It's gonna fucking kill you. Because if you speak about it.
I like to imagine she makes such gross noises. Just like.
I imagined similar things like, I guess more like symbiote noises from Marvel, that sort of thing.
Just skittering around on the floor, just making noises.
Frothing around. Now it's starting to sound like a bit of an Enderman there.
Terminal montage. You know his melee fox.
Yeah.
And how whenever he's on screen, you can hear like the GameCube controller clicking around. That's
yeah. It is.
Just hear the skittering.
Oh man.
I showed Avion the Super Metroid one he just made like a day ago.
I was fucking mind blown. This was like the baby.
The baby.
The baby. It's like something I really love in such videos is how absolutely bizarre they can become, and with the fact that it's an animated speedrun, mind that, speedrun, it becomes a lot better. Like, I mean, some jokes just write themselves.
They got so popular because they sort of, I mean, it's it's more bizarre Dadaism that people like. It's those bizarre jokes, but it's also serving a sort of, I think it's serving a sort of, I don't know, psychological purpose where it's so absurd that it's kind of brilliant. I think that's
exactly
the same thing I feel about Gmod animations.
Was the most incoherent thing I've ever said, but you understand, so it's okay.
I didn't hear that. Yeah, you need to repeat that so I can not understand it better.
So I cannot. Oh Lord. Welcome back to the Noises Podcast. I'm your host, WarpStar. Follow me on Instagram, and today we're going to be.
Do you actually have an Insta?
I have a personal Insta.
Okay, probably can't use that.
I don't actually have an Insta.
Oh, you're free to get a little bit more personal, huh? Send your link. That would be cheating. That would be considered cheating, so I'm not gonna say that seriously.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something I wanted to bring up, but totally forgot.
Yeah.
About until just this second ago.
Yeah.
Hypus reveals So something gets shown off, and you're just like ecstatic, just like screaming, throwing your shit just everywhere because it's like,
It's
oh my
very
god.
unhygienic. Please don't do that. Actually, spread the
what
fucking.
what are some of the most
Hype
hyped
is,
you've ever been?
Oh, okay. So these had to have actually happened. That's going to be hard.
This is like personal, like to you. It just made you go fucking insane. Just like, yes.
If I had a moment like that, I would have to think very, very hard, very hard. So give me a moment. Maybe you can start out.
I'll say mine then. When I was 8 and they BioWare dropped the trailer for the Star Wars The Old Republic MMO, and you got all the Jedi and the Sith fighting in the fucking Jedi Temple and all the music swelling. And it's just like badass. That had my little 8-year-old brain like imploded. I watched it like 30 billion times, honestly.
Yeah, it's really fun to watch, and it's also really well animated too.
I think the only one I watched more than that was the Hope one, where Satele, the hot lady with the double lightsaber, comes in and kicks the shit out of Malgus.
You go next because I don't really have an idea yet.
Like Team Fortress 2, those animations are also canon, so it's also really cool to watch those for that reason because they are important to the story.
The Team Fortress 2 animations are so perfect in just every way.
Yeah, the comics too. Too bad the comics are not continued at all because they had the level of insane humor that I enjoyed and had a lot of character known to Team Fortress overall.
Wasn't God in the Team Fortress 2 comics?
Yes, there was God in like Scout's Afterlife.
And he's like, you're my gift to women. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Scout is totally not an innocent.
I wanted to start an exodus because people didn't appreciate him.
Joker, when Joker got revealed for Smash, y'all remember that night? I think you guys were there.
Yeah,
I also remember when
yeah,
Society, that was really inspiring, honestly.
Fuck Society, honestly.
Society.
The Society.
I think for like at least some minor hype was probably the leak for Bionicle Legend of Matanui. That kind of was that kind of made me go. It made my heart skip a beat because I couldn't believe that actually got leaked after all these years. But it's also a really wild story because like there was a dude who had the beta beforehand, allegedly, and he claimed that Lego said no to leaking the beta. But now that we have the beta, we know that that dude was actually telling the truth. He did have the beta. Lego did say no to releasing it. But now we know more about the guy, and apparently, well, he's a really shady dude. I don't know. It's a really fucked up story.
I remember this. You brought this up like a few months back.
I did it. It's man, I can't believe it, but it's so weird.
Wacky wild. Avion,
Wacky
you have
wild. My favorite words.
Wacky wild. You have one yet?
Oh yeah, I don't really think I have a very specific moment because my life is nothing but a comedy. Oh!
This is just going to devolve into Joker memes, isn't it?
I actually wanted to talk about Joker because I think it's a movie that influenced me emotionally the most, like overall, out of everything that I have ever watched, and I think that it would be a good thing to mention that like made me go completely fucking apeshit because this entire movie, even if I knew what was gonna happen, sort of, with the Murray shit, holy fuck.
Coke time.
What?
Coke as in cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine.
Keep your fucking drugs away from the mic, please. It's gonna get...
Where's my library card?
Cancer. I just said cancer and everyone is laughing. What the fuck? Is this the humor of 2012?
I don't know. I just think using a library card for cocaine is pretty funny.
Library. Yeah, I don't know why I said library card.
I thought you use a Yu-Gi-Oh card instead, and that would be funnier.
I'll use my EX Charizard card to snort cocaine.
Jesus. Yugi snorts cocaine during a duel so he can beat his opponents.
The pharmacy that Arthur goes to in Joker is called Helms Pharmacy. And for those who know me, that's my last name in real life. So when I saw that scene, I was like, yo!
Wow. I guess I know where to buy cocaine from you now. That's probably...
Yeah, you can buy cocaine from pharmacies. Isn't that neat?
The link is in the description below.
I just want to make this clear. Us at the Galaxy Brain podcast do not condone drug use. This was all for comedic effect. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Want to screw up security clearance for any future occupations either.
Oh yeah, I don't want to fuck up my security clearance that I have.
I don't want to be a Japanese employee that was discovered for abusing Mari the green leaf.
I don't think anyone's going to upload this to my superiors and be like, CTR Helms was doing drugs. He
was doing drugs on the podcast. That's undeniable proof. You can hear him snorting through the mic. Fuck it.
I think this is...
you got cut off again.
Actually.
You got cut off.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
I have a feeling I'm gonna hate listening back to this. You guys have been mostly perfect throughout like the entire podcast.
Fuck you.
Been like fucking up. What I was saying earlier was this was the kind of vibe I wanted for the podcast. So
he's totally
I
sick.
think this is going well. I haven't even written down a single thing to talk about, but we're still going, and that's pretty good.
Hell yeah.
This is like the most unscripted podcast, but it's probably going the best, except for in my audio quality, which is unfortunate.
You know, it's still better than hearing like chores every single 5 minutes. So, I mean, you are fine here. I am not, again, but at least I figured out how to make my mic not shit. And to not make it shit, I have to keep very close to the fucking monitor.
I did this awful podcast one time.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, not this one. I did this awful podcast one time where we talked about fan-made death battle episodes, and how we did it.
I see. You don't need to say anything more.
How we did it, we would hop into a Skype call. I think this was before we had Discord. So we'd hop into a Skype call, record all of our audio on our individual ends, and then send it to our friend, who would then piece together our clips like together.
Jesus Christ, this is so bad.
That way, all of us had our own.
That's basically what we do.
No, because we all record all together.
I'm totally not recording my audio right now, so
I mean, I am recording the audio. I am the last bastion here. If I fail, so do we.
Remember, I guess Discord calls are used surprisingly often for videos, huh? I think, do Dream and George Not Found use them?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Scappy does.
Yeah, and, also Chill and Play and Quick GG for their Pokemon challenges, which are very entertaining. I'll link them both as well. But,
I was watching Pyro's really old Overwatch videos from like 2016, and they're using Discord.
So Quick GG and Chill and Play, I actually didn't even know we're using Discord because until their most recent video where Quick GG won a Pokemon battle by using Explosion and Chill and Play raged and left the Discord call and you heard the sound and it was pretty funny. First time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny when people rage quit to me, but it's not like because, haha, man swayed by emotions laugh. It's more so just,
I wanted to try at least a few challenges on this
Oh, yeah.
channel, but they'd probably just be one-time things. I wanted to try what Quick GG and Chill and Play did, but I don't have. Avion, for example, doesn't have extensive Pokemon knowledge, so it might be unfair. So I'm not sure.
yeah, it might be unfair. You will totally fucking fuck my ass. Okay. This is not a parody. This is a legitimate death threat.
For sharing.
Yeah. There's these massive cocks that just absolutely penetrate you to the point where you die. Those are scary. I saw the war. I saw everything. I know everything about cocks. And I can tell you that there are some cocks that you do not want to see.
If you can't tell, Avion is referencing his own indie horror film called Super Cocks from Space.
Supercocks from space.
That exists. I didn't even remember. I didn't remember my own name. I remember that big, giant, juicy fucking dumper. And holy shit, did I have fun. No, I can't do it anymore. It doesn't hurt my throat, it's just fucking stupid.
I've always wanted to make this movie. It's called I'm a Maverick, and it's about John Maverick. And John Maverick is a maverick, and he needs to defeat North Korea, Islam, Russia, China. They've all fused in one. He needs to defeat them.
I remember this movie, the movie that you didn't make yet, but you should.
I'm a maverick. And then he skitters around shooting the bad guys, and then all he ever says is "I'm a maverick." And on the bottom of the screen, the subtitles translate what he's saying.
Oh no, it's just like the Groot, but I don't know. I'm the Maverick.
I'm a maverick.
Are you?
Damn it, Maverick! Says the general. There's a general character who's like white and looks like he's a CGI Arlie Gunnery Sergeant Army.
You know,
every single line contains "I'm the Maverick."
You know, I thought of a fucking amazing gag for it. What if like the Maverick is like being interrogated by some sort of guy? And he asks him, "Are you the Maverick?" And he says, "I'm the Maverick," but it translates to "I'm not the Maverick." And
So, considering how well Confuri did, I think people would go crazy for this kind of thing.
I'd love to make that. I'm going to make that my debut project.
Please do.
It was also an experimental indie film made by a film student as well, who stars as Confuri, I think.
Wait, that was a student film?
Holy
I think so, yeah.
It did too well for a student film.
Everything.
Kung Fury fucking rocks. So, like, they had David Hasselhoff on that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, they did.
And
I don't even know how they managed everything they did, whether it was like, I don't know. I don't even know how an indie film can manage all that stuff.
I think it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter. Yeah, that's true.
Even made a fucking video. The fucking song video, the video song, the whatever it's called. Yeah.
Gonna need some action.
If you wanna make it like a true survivor.
That song fucking slaps. Shit.
If we wanna make it away from here.
Man, I have to add that to my Spotify. Triceracop. Barbariana.
I love this song. It's so
Hackerman. Moki's icon was Hackerman for a while. It was funny.
Yeah, I didn't even know what Hackerman was until like I watched King Fury, and it was totally worth it. I don't understand why I didn't do it any sooner. It was like a movie from 2012, I guess.
2012.
Yeah, it was so old, and I didn't watch this like until like a year ago or maybe 2. I don't remember.
Damn, I just fact-checked everything I said, and all of it was a lie. Jesus Christ.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, Mocha, you have to leave the podcast now. You're not galaxy brained enough. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh my god.
Bye-bye.
He is galaxy brain enough because he made us believe that it's all correct. So
Big brain.
But we don't even know what is incorrect in the first place, so I think it's just a lie to make us feel better.
Liar.
I don't know why. I think I was thinking that David Sandberg was multiple people at once or something.
What?
David Sandberg made Kung Fury. He's the director though, just the director.
He didn't play Kung Fury.
No, that's another dude whose name I don't want to butcher.
I love that movie. My favorite part. My favorite part's the animated segment where he powers up.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
He disobeys the law to die.
Doesn't he fight like a snake in that part?
He does fight his own cobra, his own spirit animal. And,
Jesus Christ.
Tries to arrest him.
Oh yeah. But he resists arrest.
If Death Battle ever does like a live action like fight ever again, I would absolutely adore if they did Kung Fury against Segata Sanchiro's son.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Or there was also that one really terrible live action Fist of the North Star. If they did some.
Oh yeah,
kind of.
Yeah, in that style, that would be pretty funny.
They really should like make another live action fight. Honestly.
Holy shit! An hour has passed already. Holy shit!
This is probably going to be our longest podcast.
Maybe. I hope the noises from the background. I mean, I know you can't hear most of them, but I'm recording this, and like, there isn't exactly a level of noise that is cut off. So during editing, you're probably gonna hear a lot of chores and everything, and you're gonna fucking hate it, or maybe love it. I don't know. I can't say for sure.
You might pick up my chair squeaking, or me taking drinks in my drink. But that's,
I mean, this is fine. This is fine. The shit that's going on back there isn't. You know why? Because it's interrupting absolutely fucking everything.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, if Sin was here, Sin could vouch for how hard this kind of live action acting is. But I think Nightwing versus Daredevil, even though some of our friends are a little hard on that fight, is a pretty good fight.
Yes.
You could just do some simple things to make it a bit better. But yeah, it's a good start. But live action is expensive for Death Battle, so I don't know.
Yeah, it costs a lot to buy people.
They had a partner to like do it for one. So like yeah. Our friends give that episode shit like all the time, but honestly, it's not that bad. The only lame part is that Daredevil lost when he probably shouldn't have. But like,
I think one of my suggestions for Death Battle that was kind of a joke, but it would have been a cool joke if they did it, was actually taken to heart. Because I said that what if there was a kaiju fight that was live action and done in rubber suits? And they actually talked about that for Dragonzord versus Kiryu.
yes.
But said that they thought about it, but they thought it was too expensive, so they didn't do it, which makes me think that they actually did listen to me.
Please.
They I've never actually watched that episode.
Really?
Dragonzord versus Kiryu. No, it came out and I just didn't care. It was the first one that came out when I got out of boot camp, and I was just like blew it off for some reason. I don't know why. Should probably watch it. That was wild. I was in boot camp for like 2 months. This was back before Death Battle did like a new schedule.
Please tell me you can't hear this. This is really that loud.
I can hear a little bit of it, but it's not that bad.
Please kill me.
Yeah, I can't really hear everything or like anything from there. I do notice that your sound powers on from time to time, but it's nothing.
See, the problem with what's going on is that I'm recording, and what you can't hear here is okay, because you can't hear it, but you are going to hear a lot of it in the actual footage that I'm gonna send you, and this is going to suck a lot. It's gonna suck, and I'm gonna be very sure about it.
It's gonna suck.
Do I even
It's not a
sound like...
podcast. Yeah, it's not a podcast without jank. Usually what I do to edit the podcast is I just listen to it back while I'm on a walk, and I take notes of things that absolutely need to be gone.
For this podcast, I assume everything will have to be gone then.
Oh my god.
Dear God, I do not despise singing, but by God, I can't do anything about it, and it pisses me off.
What
Are you
has
Are you doing a bit of a Duke Nukem impression?
Jesus, for the first time in my life when I tried to do that, somebody finally realized that I'm Duke Nukem.
I'm here to kick gum and chew ass.
It's time to kick gum and chew ass. And I'm... and I'm all out of ass.
To be fair, you have to have an incredibly high IQ to understand Rick and Morty.
I'll open that Duke Nukem incorrect quotes account. Duke... Okay, Duke Nukem quotes. Here it is. I'm gonna read some of that. 10 years ago, we had Steve Jobs, Bob Hope, and Johnny Cash. Now we have no Jobs, no Hope, and no Cash. Please don't let Kevin Bacon die. What?
Okay.
It's not time to kick ass. It will be time to kick ass later, but right now I'm going to go to bed. I'm... Jesus, I can't read this without laughing. This is so good. I'm gonna...
I know that I need to include Duke Nukem with "Come on the Brain" in the thumbnail.
Come is... Give me a second, I need to fucking calm down because this is...
Cum is stored in the
No,
brain,
I'm supposed to say that.
and I've got a headache.
Cum is stored in the brain, and I've got a headache. I'm gonna maintain an erection. I live inside... I live in... What?
Say the lines from the Five Nights at Freddy's song that's being a meme right now.
Oh, I'm the man behind the slaughter.
The song starts playing.
Yeah, actually, please edit that in or do something.
Why is that a meme now? Why is that the big new joke?
I think it's because usually what was yesterday's like things that kids like and yesterday's cringe, I guess, is now today's. Actually, this is pretty good, or actually, this is kind of funny. I still like it.
This happens a lot.
That's
I don't
It
even
happened
like.
with Minecraft. It happened a bit with Fortnite. It happened with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Happened with your mom. You know,
This needs to happen with Big Nate.
but yeah,
our
it
friend-
sort of happened with Big Nate. Yeah,
Our friend Ganime sent this like picture like a little while, and it was like the Virgin Greg Heffley and the Chad Big Nate, and I was like, yes, more of this, please. Big Nate is the fucking shit.
both authors of both series actually do approve of each other, and I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Indie support.
Who? It was Jeff Kinney who made.
Yeah, that's Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
I don't remember the
My
author
name's
of Big Nate.
Jeff.
There's this
What?
thing I've taken to saying before I start every Overwatch game, because like I'm just in quick play, we're just having fun, you know. So I'll just like put in chat, "Good luck, everyone. Have fun. Jeff bless, Papa Jeff bless." Hey guys, this is Jeff from the Overwatch team.
Hey guys, this is Duke Nukem from the Overwatch team.
Oh my god.
Yes, I
should
got
have
in.
or
I'm
Dear Lord.
Duke Nukem.
that would bring back fans.
Hey, actually, does Duke Nukem have like an OnlyFans account for like? I don't know what he would do there.
Dude, Duke Nukem should have an OnlyFans account.
My OnlyFans account link is in the description below.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
Duke Nukem Forever was gonna have a gay robot friend for Duke, and he
Oh,
was
what?
gonna be super tolerant of him. That's kind of the weirdest thing I've ever heard. But
Holy
I think
shit.
if a new Duke Nukem came out, I think we would have to support it on principle.
On principle.
Yeah, sort
Yeah,
of like.
Duke Nukem. It's like dead, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Sad.
CV talks about it a lot. He like hates Randy about it. I'm not gonna say hates though because, but I'm just gonna say that he does not appreciate what Randy I think has done to Duke Nukem as whole. But on the other hand, what I know is that the Doctor Who cloned me expansion pack. I keep saying expansion pack instead of DLC, but I just prefer it that way. Was not that bad actually. Like I know that Forever was not the most positively received game. This is a very big weasel word, but then you have this expansion pack, and CV himself said it's very good, and I trust CV on that because he has pretty good opinions on old school shooters, and I mean Duke Nukem Forever is not old school, but you get it.
I love that man. He's just so good.
Yeah, CV like if he. I like that he doesn't only make videos about bad games because this is kind of AVGN's thing. I'm not saying that he's copying him because that would be a fucking overstatement. And a very, very ignorant one at that. I'm gonna rather say that, it's nice. You don't see a critic every day just post stuff he likes and he doesn't like. Like, it's kind of fun to shed on bad stuff, you know what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
doesn't always do that, and that's cool.
That's a video I want to make in the future. I brought this up like a series where I talk about like my favorites of one thing. And just like shill for stuff I like.
Yeah.
The actual best or some shit like that.
I think I wanted to do that sort of thing for this channel because I don't even know what I want this channel to be anymore. I'm gonna be real.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the universe.
I wanted to cover a lot of topics, but I think I have too much. I'm not sure if I'll be able to maintain audience or not, but I know that people like Super Eye Patch Wolf, Big Joel, Sean, they can do it, but we'll see what happens.
It's because their videos get like recommended. Just based on watch time.
Yeah, I think it's also because they're a little bit controversial. At least 2 out of 3 of them are, so that gets people's attention too.
Yeah.
Hey, I know what to talk about now, Moki.
I'd be lying if I said I liked Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Really? I actually don't know much about Super Eye Patch Wolf besides the essays I like.
I haven't seen much that I like personally agree with. Also, Abion, I sent you a page full of quotes from Widowmaker from Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted to, you should read them in the
Duke Nukem voice? Really?
But just the French ones.
Okay.
I see you.
Okay, let's see the one.
Dans ma ligne de mire.
What the fuck? Dans ma ligne de mire. What the fuck is that bullshit?
Dans ma ligne de mire.
Dans ma ligne de mire.
Dans ma ligne de mire.
What is this bullshit? I can't French. Duke Nukem is fucking American. What are you doing?
Allez, montre-toi. Allez, montre-toi.
Duke Nukem speaking French.
Ali, mon toi.
Ah, je te vois. Ah, je te vois.
Oh man.
Ah, je te vois. Ah, je te vois. Okay. Okay.
Overwatch 2 is weird.
Why is Overwatch weird? What did you say? Because I didn't hear that at all.
No, Overwatch 2.
What is Overwatch 2? Oh, okay, I just got the joke. Fuck you.
It's
Et
not a
voilà.
joke. They're making an Overwatch 2.
You've got to be.
Yeah, they
Fuck!
are.
Where have
What
I
happened
been
to that
living?
again? I don't even remember.
Okay, so it's been
I don't-
announced.
I'm gonna laugh.
They're working on it. I'm assuming it's not going to be like announced because of this whole thing going on, this plague that's happening. But they're working on Overwatch 2, and that's kind of all I know. They kind of announced it like on a whim because they were panicking.
It was I know it was going to be new story content. I just didn't know if there were any updates at all. But yeah, there was also the 4chan leak that leaked story content, and yeah, the story content is awful. It is so bad. I don't know if it's true, but the leak predicted so much right that I don't know if it's possible for them to be making it up or
The
or
leak
if it
predicted a
was
lot right, but I think
happenstance.
it's like
I don't
tinfoil
know.
hattie of me to say, but like they predicted a lot that was correct, but I think the story content and the quote about like I saw them walk out like, yeah, we made a game with no white pro tags, bragging about it. I think that's fake.
Oh, well, I think they specifically said they made no like straight white male pro tags, which
Yeah.
yeah. I don't even that. Okay, look, that's the thing is writing diversity is a good thing, but there comes a time when people can tell that you're like a white dude who's
Disingenuous.
so full of himself that they think that they're doing like a Christly thing in making like a lesbian or like making like a black person in a game, or like I'm such a god.
And then
And
kill
the
them
person
off.
who says that is called Hente F Atheist Swag 1999.
Yeah. That's my nickname on this server that we're talking on. I don't even know what it means. I just made it up.
I don't even know why you made it up, but it's perfect. It shows your
Put-
personality completely.
You should put Dank in the name.
Should.
No! Enough!
Avion's name on Discord is pretty accurate.
I don't spend money on women because I'm broke. I'm the broke simp.
If you guys didn't know this, Avion is what we call a simp.
I'm a simp, yes, and I am proud of being a simp.
He's proud of it, yeah. At least he owns it.
I'm proud of shelling out money on women from all around the
that's,
world. I don't discriminate. I only masturbate.
I'm totally fine with like calling my good friends like simps, like as a joke. But
Me
the
too.
whole simp thing, whole simp thing is so out of hand.
The
Yeah,
simp movement,
The
the
smooth
simp fandom.
I am the simplest being in the whole world, and you cannot do anything about it. Fight me, simps. Fight me.
I think Avion only had that name because he was playing Crush a lot.
Yeah, actually, Crush is still a good game. I'm still playing it, just not as often, because that's what usually happens when you play idle games. They become less playable after some time, in spite of you getting more progress. And you have to wait more to get progress. It kinda sucks, but, I mean, I'm not gonna play a game about clicking girls on tits every single day. I'm gonna do it every second day.
Got a sense of humor. It does seem kind of fun, but it's not like the game is still like extreme enough to where if someone was looking over my shoulder and saw what I was doing, I'd probably die.
Yeah, it's just the crush effect. If you if anybody witnesses you play any sort of game from the Japanese people, oh my god, I just said something bad. No, I'm fine with anime, don't worry about it. Racism is just a joke, and I'm laughing at all racists.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, but actually, yeah, Crash Course is a cool game. You can link it if you want. I don't know. Are devs even developing it anymore? I don't know. I kind of liked it mostly because, like, I like the interactions that Ayano had with other like girls, which is kind
Yes.
of the reason why I kept playing it for the most part. Because it's fun. It might sound funny. I don't really like Yandere Simulator that much, but Ayano
Because
in this game just works. It just fucking works. I don't know how they did that, but a fucking Yandere in a game about dating girls that doesn't outright kill your fucking lovers. Oh Jesus, polyamorous
it's
relationship.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you brought this up, I've never played Crush, but when you were talking about it, it was wild that they took something Yondev made, fucking Cum Chalice Boy, and like
You
made something
know,
actually cool out of it.
he helped a bit with the game, I'm pretty sure. I don't know
Yeah.
whether it was like publicity or coding. I think it said something in the game. I'm not gonna check right now because fuck that. This game makes a lot of
If
noise.
he did, if he did the characterization, then I think it's actually kind of funny how INO is characterized in the game.
It works. It works, actually. It works. But I think
I
he
remember
works.
actually liking Yandere Simulator when I was younger.
Kind of had a lot of hope in Yandere Simulator, to be honest. A lot when I was younger.
Oh, the dude has done a lot, but I think it has gotten a bit far considering we did see that he was contemplating suicide for a little bit after all of the memes and stuff.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He said it on his official Twitter.
Yeah.
I believe he said, "Here's a little thought experiment. Let's say you make a game and you take a long time to release it, and people start making fun of you and treat you as the scum of the earth. How long until you consider killing yourself?" That's what he said. Something like that.
Yeah. Didn't even
I
hear
mean,
about that one.
I don't want him to kill himself.
That's because he deleted the tweet pretty quickly. I think his Twitter is now like totally inactive now. So yeah,
Makes sense. You could just finish the game, boy. Silly.
You know, I think that he mostly shot himself on a foot because this project is just too big for one person, to be honest. Like, I mean,
from what I understand, my advice. It's not like he's listening, not like he cares either. But my advice would be to stop focusing on that mission mode. Then you can just do that as DLC or something. That sounds like an idea. Just focus on the main campaign, and there you go. Just release the mission mode and other stuff as free DLC.
It took him like 4 years to put a save system into the game, right?
Yeah, but you know, what I do know about him is that even though people complain a lot about his programming skills, from what I know, he's self-taught, so it's not really that bad, but he could use a lot of advice on this, like, stuff, I guess.
I'm not a very optimal programmer either, so...
Yeah, it kind of makes me sad, you know, because on one hand, I understand why people are disappointed, and I'm not gonna act like I'm not disappointed, because that's not the kind of thing I want to say. Rather, but then you talked about this tweet that I didn't even hear about, and that reminded me that I was kind of thinking, when would he say something like that? Because this was going on for a long time, a real long time. Maybe, and not everybody really needs to accept it. I mean, come on, who the fuck likes being shot on? Right?
No one.
Yeah, absolutely no one. Not even, I don't know, maybe. Okay, I would make this a very terrible joke, but a masochist probably would, but it would have to be a specific kind of masochist. And even then, masochists don't necessarily like to be. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop talking about masochism because I know nothing about that. I'm sorry.
I get mad when my friend Katie, uh, is she still going by Katie? No. Uh, he went back to male pronouns. No. I get mad when he kicks the shit out of me in fucking Smash. I can't imagine making a video game and having everyone in the world shitting on you.
Oh,
God.
a lot of people seem to be raging in Smash in our community, I guess, and I don't know. I don't think I get it. I don't remember the last time I was like mad at a game because of another person.
It's
Yeah.
just
I think time I might have looked that way was actually in Smash though was because it was me against another dude. I was playing Wario, he was playing Olimar, but I screwed up so many times I just got rid of the rest of my stocks and well, I mean that's about it. He
Yeah.
thought or he kind of asked why after I just explained. It's not a big deal though.
it's like I like playing Smash. I don't get mad when I like take some stocks off and it's like a close match. At that point, it's like annoying, so it's like whatever. But when I get ragdolled and like I don't even get like over 20% on the dude I'm fighting before I get all the way 3 stocks, I just lose it.
Yeah, being unable to do anything about your current situation is usually a very annoying feeling and very frustrating. The same thing I feel when I play some sort of like a video game on a very high difficulty and the map maker decides to just spam enemies all over the place. And you know, one of the solutions is to get good, but you know, you can't. You have to understand humans can make errors too, you know. Just hey,
Big character. Yeah.
I think they're doing a good job at balancing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think Overwatch was going good for a while, but now people are kind of upset at a lot of design choices for balance and well, a lot of competitive stuff in general.
like
It's
what?
cool to hate Overwatch. Yeah.
Like what, for example?
I do think people are kind of wrong at some points. Like some people are mad that Mercy's ultimate was changed,
Oh, I heard
which
about
I mean
that.
it was.
Oh God, yeah. I was way into Overwatch when they changed Mercy's ult. I was pissed. I don't even really play Mercy, but it's like, God, it's like I had people drop the game because of that.
Yeah, I think Ultimate and Overwatch both have sort of same competitive environment where you can say a lot of characters have something very powerful or they're Ganondorf and Ultimate is broken, and you wouldn't be wrong. He is a very powerful character, but he's also now like considered low tier, but he's still a powerful character.
You just got to use them right.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's for every character. I guess the tier lists are made because of the easiness of use of characters, I guess. Like, I don't know, would you prefer to use a guy that can deal a ton of damage but is like so horribly hard to use that you have very few specific situations in which you can use him to his full potential, or a dude that like is basically an all-rounder, maybe not too special, but can dish out practically anything you want and kick stuff into the bucket.
I bought Overwatch for PC just like a few days ago, and in that time, I've played like a whole 14 hours of Overwatch. Since then,
I have never played Overwatch in my entire life.
And something I like pointed out, I guess, or come to discover, is it's still kind of the same game, like really, but the whole focus in Overwatch is that you just need a balanced comp to stay, and everyone kind of has to give it their all and like do their best. And if you do that, and you use your ults and your special moves like smartly, you can either dominate or have a really close match depending on what's going on. And that's kind of how it's always been. A lot of people dropped off the game though when Brigitte came out because she's kind of like a beast.
Oh,
And
it's not pronounced Bridget.
it's not Bridget, it's Brigitte.
Damn.
Brigitte Lindholm. I must say I'm being a little hypocritical in saying Brigitte kind of sucks because if I'm forced to play support, I'm going to play Brigitte. But it's just like it's cool to hate the game now because Blizzard's kind of like shit, but also like it was the big hot new thing of 2016 and 2017, so now it's like
Yeah, oh, I still remember the times when people said that this is the end of Team Fortress 2. It was like hilarious just seeing people completely fucking panicking because a new game is on the market and Team Fortress finally has a competitor.
I also should say that one personal thing I will defend Overwatch for is that you often see like usually Team Fortress 2 fans that will say that the game has a lot more character than
I know what you're
Overwatch
going for,
does,
yeah.
which is true, but the characters aren't really the same. Overwatch does not have the same goals that Team Fortress 2 has.
Yeah.
Team Fortress 2 is more of it's more of a cartoony game, and it's adorable, and it's funny, and it's dark. Whereas Overwatch, it sort of has some of those elements, but not all at the same time, and only with certain characters, like maybe Junkrat, for example.
It
or
has
Roadhog.
Blizzard pathos, I think. It's what we can call it, right? It's something that I see in every single one of their games. There's some sort of pathos to it, if you know what I mean. Some sort of seriousness. Like
I was in the dead center middle of the like TF2 and Overwatch like debates. I didn't know Avion back then, but I think I knew Moki, kind of. We weren't friends yet, but I had this reputation for being like an Overwatch shill, and everyone kind of hated me for it.
Oh, I remember that even. I remember that people like called you that actually, but the funniest thing was that like I don't know. Then fuck, I forgot what I was supposed to say, but
It is kind of true though. I like shilled the shit out of Overwatch, like for sure.
I mean, yeah,
Like-
you do whatever you want as long as you don't bring up like I don't know fake stats or something, which I don't think you do. And maybe I don't know, maybe you do. Maybe you're a little cheater.
I'd be lying if I said I have played TF2 though. I just like feel like Overwatch gets kind of a bad rap because it was like big and Blizzard sucks, so now everyone's gonna shit on it. And it's just kind of bums me out. 'Cause-
Yeah.
It's not really like Valve and Blizzard have like ill will towards each other either, because Team Fortress 2 was an inspiration for Overwatch for one.
Yeah.
And another thing is that, I mean, I've also met some voice actors. I've met the voice actor for, it's actually Farah, it's not Farah, right? I believe.
It's
I
Farah,
screwed
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Farah. And that makes me a bit upset, but that's besides the point. But yeah, so it's I met the voice actress for Farah, and I also met Sniper, and that was fun.
You
they
talked
just
to me
had,
about it.
they had a bit of they had a bit of friendly rivalry, but other than that, they're buddies. They can get it along, and
it's
there's no rivalry. There's no mean-spirited God, we
I
hate
just-
each other sort of shit.
I just really hope that Overwatch makes some kind of resurgence or something. People shit on it. It does something to make people realize, hey, this is cool. Because, like, it is cool. Like, there's, the lore is cool, and, like, the world that they have is cool. The characters are all, like, very memorable. And just because Blizzard fucking sucks with their, like, panic representation button that they hit to try and cover up controversies, I think
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because a few months ago I was refusing to touch Overwatch or do anything Blizzard because of what they did with the Hong Kong thing.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's mostly the higher ups, I would think. It's not like I don't know.
You didn't hear that, right? You didn't.
No, not really. No.
A bit of it, but I did not hear any audible words.
Thank God, because my fucking okay, just go on, okay? I'll just mute. I can't even mute myself because I'm recording, so it will mean basically nothing.
Oh man. But yeah, I'd say Overwatch is one of my like 10 favorite games. The times I've been playing it these past few days, I've had like friends to play it with for once. It's
You
been
have
so
friends?
Well, that was harsh.
I'm sorry. I've had friends to play it with, and it's been like some of the most fun I've had in the game, like ever. And it's not so bad. I hope it gets a resurgence. That's my little. Some things never change. That's my shill for Overwatch. Thank you for watching.
Oh yeah. Oh, for overwatching. Okay, talking about multiplayer games as whole and friends, I kind of wanna play games with friends online. It's fun.
It's fun.
I know this is your way of saying you want to play Blood and Bacon.
Yes, can
Blood
we
and
please do it someday? Please, just please. I want to.
How much is Blood and Bacon?
99 cents at most.
Really?
Yeah, it gets like discounts every single time.
Nice.
Yes, it.
Steam sales have been treating me well, or other sales too, because they recently have a Shin Megami Tensei sale on the 3DS eShop, which is going to end on the 13th. But yeah, a bunch of good games are $10. And then there's also Apocalypse for $20, which is a ripoff. Thanks for that.
Also,
You've been playing SMT4, haven't you?
please,
Yeah.
please.
I kind of want to just get Apocalypse anyway to give it a try, but I don't like what I hear about it at all. It just sounds like weeb bait. Honestly, it does not sound like a Shin Megami Tensei game. But yeah, then I also got recently. I got from Steam sales. I got Leisure Suit Larry, one of the games. I think the second most recent one. Then I got like Crazy Taxi. I got Nights into Dreams.
Who the fuck's
There's a bunch of good stuff going on, and I'm gonna show those games. Those sales are probably ending soon, so
Oh
Hell yeah.
run along.
By the way, Warp, when I'm talking about Blood and Bacon's price, I'm talking that it's 99 cents always, like always. The discounts are just the discounts are just for 99 cents. So you can end up buying this game for 60 cents or even lower.
Nice.
I don't know what the dev has with the discounts, but it's just like fucking ironic. You sell a game for 99 cents. It's amazing. It's a really good game though for what most people say it's a good game for its price. I say it's really fun if you have friends to play with.
Yeah.
And
All games
worth
are
it.
fun if you're friends. Let's just
Yeah, even the very bad ones that will probably make you tear your hair out a lot, they're fun, yeah. With friends.
that's the theme of this podcast, friendship.
Yeah. You know what they said back in 2012, back in 2008? Friendship is magic. And I brought that up because
My Little Pony.
I'm a brownie.
Wonder what friendship could be.
Another brownie. Wait, give me a second. I just received a note on DeviantArt from Dime ASMR. What?
Yeah.
Not ASMR, Dime ASMR. And it says, Hello, I'm a member of support team Flickr.com. Our team has developed a new website which is created for sex dating. We give you a personal
God.
invitation. I don't know if I should feel exclusive or like completely ashamed.
Do it. Get that virus on
I
your
mean,
computer, baby.
yeah, that's a virus. That's why I'm not clicking anything. But still, it even has a shortened link that will probably redirect me to some malicious website. But I mean, sex dating. Come on, maybe it's worth the shot. Haha, just kidding. Jesus, I make a lot of cheating jokes. You don't realize how bad I feel after each every single one.
Why are you buzzing at me? Oh, it's my friends. Fuck you. Get out of my sight.
What?
That was
That's-
an inner dialogue.
That wasn't a friend. No, wait. That wasn't a friend if you just tell him to fuck off.
No. That's how we do.
No, I know, but I mean, it just works, you know. It just works.
Yeah, that's just how it is. That's how we do it in the Navy.
The Navian.
Navy represent.
Wow, I don't actually know a lot about the Navy, mostly because I never was in an army at all, and I am also not American, so yeah.
The Navy is like one big high school swim team,
So when
which is
you get your
which is to me-
trunks too,
it's to me and it's extremely gay. We're all quite gay. Every single one.
Yeah, this sounds pretty consistent with what I've learned. Thank you to the Dick Show podcast, who showed how possibly homosexual the Army was. This is not the Navy; it was the Army, but it was the Army and Navy in general.
The Army is pretty gay. Yes.
Yeah, the Army and Navy like hate each other. But
We do.
so
yeah,
it's a love-hate relationship.
Or hate, but yeah. I think I maybe from what I'm understanding, even though they hate each other, they might just have like a bad image of very specific people, because like the Army has people within the Army that are like universally hated by everyone. They're the kind of people who do literally nothing but get like all the clout, all the credit.
Yes, there's plenty of that to go around. And pretty much every branch you can see. I've got some Army friends. I'm here at schooling. I'm learning how to do my job at the moment for another couple weeks, and then we'll see where I'm going. But I had some Army classmates, and like we can get along, but it's, from what I understand, it's a bit of a friendly rivalry thing. Like you see them talk trash, but it's like whatever. There's the Army-Navy game that happens where the Army and the Navy play football against each other.
Oh,
That shit.
Yeah, so it's like one giant school episode of some sort of
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we make fun of each other, but more often you can find people making fun of Marines.
I think I was looking into entering the armed forces or anything, but I was interested in hearing like the kind of physical requirements and training. So I was considering trying that out, since I was into fighting and martial arts for a while. Not like fake shit, not like McDojo sort of shit. Except when I was younger, but that's neither here nor there, and
Right.
something I want to forget too. But but yeah, I was considering just training myself so that I can, get better.
The
Sort
the
of
physical,
self-discipline thing.
the physical requirements for each branch, the like hardest ones to get into and stay into, it's like either Army, not Army, Marine, or Coast Guard for like physical thing. Coast Guard, you would be like, what? Coast Guard, what? But it's like they have to do all these really hyper difficult swims, rescue swims. They have to stay in shape. Their physical standards are pretty high. And then after
that
that
sounds about right.
After that's Army. Army, the people here on my base who are Army, at 3 a.m. like every morning they're out on the field PTing. Well, physical training. I mean, PT means physical training.
Yeah, I have
from what
PD.
the difference for the standard or the bare minimum man versus woman is like kind of huge for the most part, and
Yes.
it's kind of weird because it's like for some of them it sounds like I can't even do like the bare minimum for a man, but I can do way more than like the bare minimum for a woman. So I'm a super woman, but I'm like a pussy man, I guess.
The physical requirements for females in the Navy, I know it's like you have to be able to do 25 push-ups, I think was the number. So like that's something. But for us, I think it's like 60. You have to do like 60 push-ups.
Jesus, I can't even do 10.
Yeah,
I
that
don't even
sounds
know
about
how to
right.
do them properly.
And then you have to do like over 70 curl-ups, and then I think it's like way less for females. And then males have to run 1.5 miles in 12 minutes 15 seconds. Females get 14 minutes 30 seconds, I think.
Dude, I'm a fucking beta.
It's hard. Navy's also the most obese branch, heads up. By the way, I didn't finish my list. Air Force is has the lowest PT standards. Like it's so easy to like do Air Force. My buddy Rix, his name was Rix. He was in the Army. He couldn't pass his PT, so they chaptered him out of the military entirely. That's just how Army rolls, I guess. If you can't do your PT, they'll get rid of you.
Damn.
Makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't even do well mentally there, so like, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
In 6 months, he's gonna be like, okay, I'm just gonna re-enlist in Air Force because I can pass those PT standards at least, and I'll keep my security clearance.
On the Dick show, as for the whole mental state thing that Avion brought up, I think how the people on the Dick show described their experience was that they get like stored. They're exaggerating, but they called it like Stockholm syndrome. They just stay there for years until they end up liking it.
Yep, that's how it be. Yeah. I can't really say too much because I've only been to one place, 2 places, I guess, but I've only been here on this base.
Yeah, I can hear.
Might have to cut around that.
You know,
This is
It's not doing too good.
oh, you can go ahead. Actually, never mind.
yeah. I mean, if we could even end it here if you want, because we already get on almost 2 hours of footage, which is like,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
probably
this
should.
is,
That's
this
gonna
is
be a
gonna
shit
be-
fun edit.
Yeah, this is gonna be tough. So
Yeah.
help your body
go
out.
ahead and conclude.
Counting on you.
Okay, I guess that's it. Thank
right,
you for joining us
so-
on the podcast, everybody.
You can like leave right now if you want. We can end it. Don't worry. Just help him out or something. Whatever.
Okay, so yep, closing up the Galaxy Brain podcast.
Featuring my sick
don't-
roommate, Avion's dog.
Yeah,
I will kill you if you mention my canine again.
Mention the
I
dog.
don't think we're gonna have a shilling moment because we showed so many times. There's just no point. So, all right,
Instead, we
everyone
can
say
have a shilling
goodbye.
description.
Make sure to wave.
Bye bye, everyone. Have a
That's
fantastic
a funny
time.
joke because actually nobody can see you wave and everything is fucking fucked up. Okay, this is the
I've
end.
been
See
wearing
ya.
this whole time.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye.